What's going on, guys? It's Mr. Doggy Cat here, back with another Hypixel Skyblock episode. And in today's episode, I'm going to be covering the farming collections, and I'm going to be showing you guys where you can get each one of these and what is useful in each of the collections. So let's get started. Oops. Let's get started. Here we go. So we start in the hub, we go this way, and we get straight to wheat. So, in the wheat collection, we have Wheat Minion, Harvesting 5, which, I guess, technically Harvesting 5, making the book is better than using an enchantment table because it costs less XP, so if you care about that, then you can go ahead and get that. The farm suit, which is a good starting, farming armor set, because it gives you some farming fortune and it's super cheap, so that's decent. Then we have a farming talisman, which you're going to want to get. It's also super cheap. And then we have enchanted bread. It's worthless. Don't bother getting enchanted bread. We have the farming island. This is also pretty worthless with the addition of the garden. Then we have the small agronomy sack, which is super helpful. You're probably going to want to get this. And of course the enchanted hay bales. And then the medium agronomy sack, you'll want to upgrade to that. And then this farm armor is better than the previous farm armor, but it's also more expensive, so this will be what you're going to want to get after the farm suit, and then the large sack, and then the large enchanted sack you're also going to want. So that's what you want from the wheat. And then also with wheat you get seeds as well, which you get dirt trade, clay trade, long grass trade, fern trade, dead bush trade, double tall grass trade, and box of seeds. Which basically seeds are pretty much worthless. You don't need them for anything, except for you'll need them a little bit later on with getting crappie armor and stuff, but I'll explain that in a bit. I already explained some of this stuff in the garden video, but I'm just going to go through and try to explain it better in this video. So, over here, as you saw, we went to the farming islands. Over to the left here, there are carrots, where are they at? They're right here. Carrot Minion, Simple Carrot Candy, which just gives your pet XP. I don't advise making that. There's Carrot Bait, there's Enchanted Carrot on a stick, Great Carrot Candy, Enchanted Golden Carrot, Superb Carrot Candy. And so if you want, you can make this. I guess you have to make these in order to get that. But if you want, you can make this. I would say it doesn't matter that much, because if you're actually grinding what the pets are specific to, then you'll get them to level 100 easily. Because I got my elephant to level 100 pretty quickly, so it only took 40 hours or something of grinding farming, I think. So yeah, that's what carrots are useful for. And then over here we have potatoes. So potatoes give you the minion, the portal to the barn, the vaccine talisman, which you're going to want to get, the enchanted potato, venomous potion, which, yeah, this doesn't seem to be super useful, but if you want that, sure, it's great. And then there's the travel scroll, and then hot potato books. Now these are very useful because they help armor a lot and they help weapons a lot, so you're going to want to make a ton of these, and you're going to want to make sure you have a section in the garden that has potatoes, and then the last collection doesn't have anything. So that's the carrots and the potatoes. Now over here we have the pumpkins and melons. So first, the melons. Melon minion, nothing, nothing. Enchanted melon, enchanted glistening melon, enchanted melon block, nothing, nothing. Melon armor. So, the melon armor is going to be what you want after the farm suit from the Wii collection. And basically, you just need like a ton of melon from this. You need like, I think it's like 2.4 million or something. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think it's like 2.4 million melon is what you need to make this entire set. And you're going to want the entire set so that you can start dropping crappie. And then we have the pumpkin collection, which has pumpkin minion, pumpkin helmet, chestplate, leggings, boots. This doesn't, yeah, there's no reason in getting that. We have Cubism 4, that doesn't really help. Training dummy, I don't have one of these. If you want one, you can get one. I don't see the point in having this. It's just so that you can test out your damage, which you can just do by stabbing a mob. So, yeah, that's cool. This helps with regrowing nearby crops on public islands, but you're not going to be wanting to be farming on public islands, so that doesn't do much good. This is kind of helpful, but not super helpful. There's better farming helmets than that. Then we have a farm crystal. So if you're using farming minions, then using this is probably pretty helpful. But if you're not using farming minions and just grinding farming yourself, then it's not super helpful. We have the farmer boots, which these you are going to want to craft. And they cost just 4 stacks of enchanted pumpkins. And then we'll have polished pumpkin recipe, and then rancher's boots, which you're really going to get because these give you the most farming fortune. These boots give you the most farming fortune, and they're pretty expensive. So, yeah. So that's the pumpkin collection. Now let's go to the animals on this island, and that'll be it for this island. So we have cows. So cows drop leather, and they drop meat. So leather gives you the cow minion, the cow head recipe, and the milk bucket trade, which neither of those are super helpful. Now, small backpack, this is helpful because it allows you to store additional items and it's super cheap. And then you'll have the medium backpack, which is it's less cheap, but it gives you 9 more slots, so it's also super useful. For the longest time, I just had like 18 of these, and I had plenty of storage. So, yeah. Then we have the enchanted leather, we have a saddle. Large backpack is really expensive, and it gives you 9 more slots, so it's kind of helpful if you have the resources, but it's too expensive to really be bothered, to be honest. And then you have the mystery horse pet, which gives you speed and intelligence. I don't know if that's helpful or not, I've never used it. And then of course we have the greater backpack, which gives you 9 more and is even more expensive. And so yeah, that's what leather gives you. And then there's not, I thought there was, but apparently there's not a raw beef collection. So that is cows. Now let's go to chickens. So chickens have feathers and the raw chicken. The feathers don't have anything that I know of that's super useful. I guess this archery potion can be kind of helpful if you want, but I don't know how useful that actually is. Oh, besides, so feathers do have this, the feather ring and then the feather artifact, which basically just, it makes you take less fall damage, so that's cool. And so yeah, that's what feathers are useful for. And then the chicken is actually helpful. So it makes a chicken minion, it makes a bridge egg, which is like, I've never used this, I don't know if it's cool or not, it sounds cool, but yeah. Chicken head, which I think you are gonna want to get this so that you can get enough eggs to make an enchanted egg. Because once you make an enchanted egg, it guarantees that a chicken minion will drop an egg, or that a chicken from a chicken minion will drop an egg after they spawn. So that's why you want the enchanted egg. And of course you have the chicken pet, which just gives you health, and then agility potion, which just gives you speed boost after, just gives you speed and an increased chance for a mob to miss, so that's cool. I don't really use potions that much. I don't know if they're actually like super useful or not. And then we get to the super enchanted egg, which is what you use to craft epic and legendary pets, so it's pretty cool. It's really helpful. And then of course we have the omega enchanted eggs, which is used to craft the strangest of pets. I don't actually know what this is used to craft. I should probably have figured that out, but yeah, it's really expensive, so. Anyways, that's chicken, and then you have pigs, as you can see there, which just drop pork chops, and so it makes pig minion, nothing. Mystery pig pet, which gives you some speed and you can ride it, so that's pretty cool. Enchanted pork, piggy bank, and yeah, this is only helpful if you have coins on you, I guess, I don't know. And then of course the pigman pet, which is like kinda decent because it gives you ferocity, but other than that it's mid. And then the pigman sword, which like used to be one of the best swords and is now no longer one of the best swords, so yeah, that's what pigs are useful for. And I believe that is all the animals on this island, so that's how you get access to all those animals. And then up here we have the desert settlement, which has a few more animals and it has a few different things that you can farm. So one is cactus. You can get cactus. Now when you're getting cactus, you're going to want to have nothing, like you're going to want to not have smelting touch on it when you're getting cactus in order to get it in the garden. But when you're farming it from the garden, or you're like trying to farm it to get it upgraded, you want to have smelting touch, because you can only use the smelted version of it, which is cactus green. So yeah, it's just easier if you have smelting touch. Of course, here you got the cactus armor, isn't super helpful. We have the resistance potion, which just increases your defense, which isn't great, but it's decent. Desert Island, thorns, piercing, enchanted cactus, and then nothing. So cactus is not super helpful, but in order to fill garden stuff, you need it. So here we have the cocoa beans, which the cocoa bean collection is actually semi-useful. You have the minion, you have the portal to Mushroom Island, you have enchanted cocoa bean, travel scroll, enchanted cookie, adrenaline potion, which is like okay, but like not super great. And then you have the replenish book, which basically just allows you to replant crops automatically whenever you break them. So like if you break a cocoa bean and you have replenish on the axe that you use to break the cocoa bean, then that cocoa bean, like a baby cocoa bean, will automatically plant. And so it's just like, it's really helpful and useful. So that's why replenish is good, that's why cocoa bean collection is good, and that's the only thing it's really good for. Over here we have the sheep. Sheep drop wool, which is completely worthless, and they drop mutton, which is semi-useful. So we have the minion. We have a mana potion, which I guess, yeah, it's okay. It's decent. We have the husbandry sack, which basically gives you all of the stuff that you drop from animals. And so yeah, that's why sheep is useful, that's why mutton is useful. And that's about the only thing. I think you can get the sheep to drop rainbow colored wool if you put this on it. which I mean is like kind of cool, but it's not super helpful. And then the sheep pet, this is the like main mage pet in the game because it gives you ability damage and intelligence, which is like really helpful for mage. So that's, and then there's also, I don't know if the Horns of Torment is super helpful, but I mean it looks good, so yeah. It's also really expensive because you need these, and I don't even know how you get these. So yeah, it's great. And of course the large enchanted sack. So that's why mutton is useful. Let's see here. I saw a rabbit around here. I don't know where it went. Oh wait, there's one. So there's rabbits. That's, what am I doing? Which you get the raw rabbit from, and I haven't upgraded this whatsoever because I don't think it's super helpful. You get the pet, health and speed, pretty normal. The rabbit potion, which is just jump boost. And I guess pet luck potion is kinda helpful if you want to craft better, like higher tier pets. And the rabbit armor is, it's pretty bad. Okay, so that's sheep, rabbit, cocoa beans. Let's see, what else am I missing? So I did cactus, carrot, feather, leather, melon. I've not done mushroom yet. Mutton. I have not done netherwort yet. And I haven't done sugarcane yet. So sugarcane, you can find it like right here around these ponds in this area. I think this is the only area you can find it. And what sugarcane is useful for is, if you guys saw the other video, it fetches quite a high price and really helpful to get money. Also has these like speed talismans which just increase your speed, and like speed ring, and so those are like kind of useful and stuff. And then also these enchanted bookshelves are semi-useful because it just makes it easier to get enchanting power for an enchantment table. And then of course you have the speed artifact, and if you want like extra speed you can get the speed star armor, but I'm pretty sure young dragon is just better than that, so yeah. And that's where you get sugarcane. Now for mushroom, this one's a little bit more tricky, but there's just different like patches of mushroom that you can get in this cave system, and so yeah. Sometimes there's mushrooms that you can't farm, sometimes there's mushrooms that you can. It just, I don't really know how this whole area works, but that's how you get mushrooms. And let's go through the collection. Mushroom minion, coming soon. Mushroom armor, not super useful. Now, magic mushroom soup is okay. It allows you to fly for 2 minutes, which isn't super helpful, but it's decent until you unlock the mystical mushroom soup, which is the enchanted version of everything, which allows you to fly for 200 minutes, and that is actually like useful. And then there's also the spat pet, which helps in the spooky festival. I have one, let me show you the stats. Where's it at? It's up here. It just helps in the spooky festival, so that's cool. And so yeah, that's what mushrooms are used for. And that is everything in the farming islands. Let me go back to my island and get to the spider's den. And then past the spider's den over to the Crimson Isle, which you need combat level 25 to access. And then it's up here, I want to say. You can't mine that, but here you go. So here's like all of the nether wart that you can mine. And so yeah, just be careful of these guys. These guys will stab you. They deal a lot of damage. And yeah, that's how you get nether wart. And the collection for nether wart is minion, small potion bag, potion affinity talisman, which you are going to want to get if you're going to use potions, and it's like super cheap anyway, so you're probably going to want to get it either way. Enchanted nether wart, medium potion bag upgrade, potion affinity ring, which is just the upgraded version of this, large potion bag, giant mutant nether wart, which is, yeah, I don't know what it's useful for, but it's a thing. And so yeah, that is all of the farming stuff, all of the farming collections in Skyblock. So basically all of your farming needs are going to be in these collections. Quick overview: potatoes are useful for hot potato books, mutton is useful for the sheep pet, melon is useful to progress in the farming armor, wheat is useful for early game progression in the farming armor, and cocoa beans is useful for farming like wheat and carrots and potatoes. So I think that is it for farming. So let me go back to my island. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, I guess I'm just going to go through like all of the collections in the next few videos because I'm running out of video ideas. And so yeah, this was the farming collections though. So hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.